Don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't let social media ruin a healthy relationship or ruin a good guy that you're dating. Today, I want to talk to you about why I believe that social media can be one of the greatest enemies of a healthy relationship. My name is Asha, and I help women in their 30s and 40s who have struggled with dating and healthy relationships to date successfully in order to attract a healthy, meaningful relationship. So what prompted this video? I got a message yesterday from one of my students of my previous classes, and she sent me a message a year after class had finished and said, "Hey Asha, by the way, about a week after we finished class, I met the person who showed up in a package that I didn't expect him to, and I applied everything that I learned in class, and I'm actually now engaged." And I was like, "What?" We had had another engagement and I had congratulated that engagement, and she said, "Oh, are you talking about my engagement?" And I was just like, "Excuse me?" So she said, "Actually, I had also gotten engaged." And then fast forward now let's say another 2 years, she just sent me another message and said, it's a maternity shoot. And she said, "Asha, surprise." And I'm like, "Surprise, what?" So she said, "Yeah, we had a baby, and not only was she pregnant, but the baby is already here." And she said, "And we got married." So that's another wedding from my class. And what I thought was really beautiful, and what I want to talk about today, is that I didn't see any of that on social media. And I think that in a time now where everybody posts about everything, there is such a beauty in privacy. And I just want to congratulate her for kind of keeping things under wrap and just enjoying her relationship and enjoying her new family. And no shade to the people who post about everything, but I just want to kind of give you a few things to think about when it comes to social media and the health of your relationship. So on one hand, there's two sides to this, and one side of it is what we're seeing on social media. So what we're seeing on social media, we have to be very, very careful, because people are always going to show us their highlight reels. We don't know what is going on behind closed doors. So when we see these big, grand gestures of love and these big, gigantic, beautiful weddings and these proposals in front of the Eiffel Tower and at a basketball game or a baseball game, we don't know what that person's relationship is like day to day behind the scenes. And what we might now do as a person who might be in a relationship with a man who might be a little bit more, let's say, private or quiet or low key, we are now comparing that other person's relationship on social media to what we have. And we could actually have something that's really, really, really amazing and healthy. But because our man maybe isn't doing these grand gestures of romance that we can post on social media, we might now start to think that what we have is maybe not as good as what that person has. And that's the trap of social media, is the comparison. So I really encourage you to don't look at what somebody else is showing on social media and comparing it to what you may or may not have. I want you to look at what's really important, and sometimes the boring relationships can be actually the most healthy, the most low-key ones, where day to day he's treating you really, really good. It's not a huge excitement, and that sometimes is often the healthiest place to be. So please, I beg you, do not get in the trap of potentially ruining a healthy relationship or ruining a really nice guy because he is not the type of person or doesn't have the personality to show these grand gestures. You want to pay attention to, how does he treat you? What are his character traits? Is he a good person? Is he kind? Is he reliable? These are the character traits that I always teach to look for. Does he have integrity? Is he somebody that you can depend on to do what he says he's going to do, to be where he says he's going to be? Does he have your back? Is he protective? Do you feel safe in his presence? These are the things that you want to look for, not the huge grand gestures, the 100 roses, the proposal at the Eiffel Tower. That is not necessarily going to be normal for everybody. It's not going to be the case for everybody. Maybe not everybody can afford to do that. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the things that actually matter, which is what's inside of him, which is his character and how he shows up for you every day. Don't fall for the glitz, the glamour, what is romanticized, because again, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes in that person's relationship on a day-to-day basis. So don't fall for that. And on the other side, for yourself, again, with the student that was in my class who it took a year for me to find out that she had actually gotten engaged after taking the course, is that even in this world where everybody posts everything, consider that it is okay to be private. If you have somebody who's treating you amazingly, it doesn't have to be plastered everywhere. For some people, it's like, oh, if it's not posted, it never happened. Think about the possibility that you can enjoy your own relationship without everybody needing to know every single detail. And then you know what? It's the people who are in your life. It's your close friends, it's your family members. Those are the people who actually, if you care about them, they're the people that need to know and that you can share with. You do not have to share everything with everybody. And there, again, in this world where everything is shared, there is something sacred about being able to be private, to enjoy your partner, to enjoy your new family. And for my student who's enjoying her new family and her new baby, I love that it was a direct message that I got to advise me that these things were happening and that I actually saw absolutely nothing on social media. So it's okay to be private. It's okay to be with somebody who wants to keep things a little bit low key. And you have to be confident enough in yourself, in your partner, and your own relationship that you don't need all of that external validation, that what matters to you guys and what you value is what's important. So hopefully that resonates with you. If this was helpful, would love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think you should keep things private? Do you think things should be posted when it comes to your private relationship and the intimate details of that relationship? Would love to hear from you. See you in the next video.